Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing this teal kind of mermaidy bluish smoky eye. I love to add color here and there on my YouTube channel. I know it can be kind of like scary for some of you guys. I remember when I was first getting into eyeshadow, I hated even the thought of eyeshadows on my face because I just felt like a cake face and I felt like a clown. All you do is really, tone down the rest of your face if you're going to be applying bright colors. So that's what I did today. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers here on my YouTube channel, so I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I am thinking about doing a giveaway on my channel. So if you would like me to do a giveaway, comment down below what you guys would want in the giveaway makeup products. And yeah, I'll be looking at that. Anyways, another thing I wanted to let you guys know is that I might not be uploading for the next 2 weeks because I will be in Hawaii with my husband. We're blessed to be able to go this year once again. We've been the last 2 years. So we're gonna be in Kauai, Oahu, and Maui, so I'm really excited about that. God's so good. So yeah, I hope you guys like this look, and let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is priming my eyes as always, and I'm using Soft Ochre Paint Pot by M.U.G, and I'm applying that with my shader brush from the Hair and Makeup Addiction collection, and I'm just making sure that it goes on nice and smoothly and all even over my eyelid, and then just pressing it with my finger so that there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm going in with my transition color, and I'm using Saddle from M.U.G, and I'm applying that to the socket of my eye with my E35 brush from Sigma. And I'm just blending that in windshield wiper motions to get it nice and blended looking. And I'm going in with my Studio Fix powder from M.U.G and using a clean E40 brush to blend the harsh lines at the top away and get rid of the demarcation lines. For my crease color, I'm going to be using an eyeshadow from Makeup Geek. This is Mocha. It's just a really nice dark brown eyeshadow. I use this in a lot of my tutorials. And I like to start the eyeshadow on the outer corner of my eye and then build the color gradually and intensify it as I go. And I love to use my E25 blending brush from Sigma. I think it's the perfect eyeshadow brush for blending the crease color. For the next eyeshadow, I'm going to be going in with Mermaid, and this is another product from Makeup Geek. I didn't realize how much Makeup Geek eyeshadows I was using, but if you guys have them, then feel free to do this look with her eyeshadows. And I'm packing that onto my lid with my 242 brush from M.U.G. And then I'm going back in with my E25 brush and then just re-adding a little bit of the brown color since I feel like it got a little bit faded with that blue. Now I'm taking the eyeshadow Corrupt, and I'm going to apply that to the outer corner of my eye and then bring that into the socket just like I did with the eyeshadow Mocha. And I'm using my E45 brush to do that. I love this brush for the crease as well to be a lot more precise than the other brush that I use for Mocha. I love it. I think it has multiple purposes. And now I'm going in with Coco Bear, and I'm using my E40 brush, and you guys can see how much more blended it looks with me applying that Coco Bear. I'm darkening up that transition color. Now to pick up all of the fallout, as you guys can see, I'm using a makeup remover wipe, and I'm also using that wipe to make that sharp line at the end. Normally I use tape or just concealer to clean that up, but this is another method to do it with. And now for my brow bone highlight, I'm taking Mylar, I think it is, and I'm using my flat shader brush. This is my E60 from Sigma. Now, so that there's no harsh lines between the brow highlight and the transition color, I'm going back in with Coco Bear and I'm blending that away with my E40 brush. And these are things that you have to do to get a well blended eyeshadow look. For my eyeliner, I'm going in with one of my favorite gel liners, and this is from Motives Cosmetics. It's called Little Black Dress. I really love this one, and I'm using my 210 brush from M.U.G to apply that, and I'm just elongating the wing and then just bringing that in to kind of make it thicker. Now moving on to the face, I'm using my Graftobian Corrector palette, and I'm taking the light peach shade as always to correct my dark circles, and I'm using my Crown Brush flat shader brush to apply that, and then I'm blending it all the way with a damp beauty blender. For my concealer, I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear, and I'm in the shade NC42. And I'm going to apply that with the same flat shader brush that I applied the corrector right under my eyes. And I'm blending that out with a damp beauty blender. I feel like this is one of the best ways to apply your concealer for sure. Now I'm going to be going in with my Perfection Lumiere Chanel foundation, and I'm going to apply that to my face with my F84 Kabuki brush from Sigma. This is one of my very favorite foundations. It's definitely a must-have and one of my HG foundations just because it's not like a matte finish, but it's more like a satin finish, so it doesn't leave me too oily either because I already have naturally oily skin. It's just really beautiful. It gives you like a healthy glow without giving you like extra shine to your face, so that's one of the reasons I love it. So because I do have hyperpigmentation and post-acne marks, I do need a little bit more coverage in certain areas than I would on my whole face. So I like to go in with my Nars Creamy Radiance Concealer to cover up those spots because I don't want a cake face, so I don't want to keep layering that foundation, so I just go in with a concealer. Now I'm going in with my Makeup Forever powder to mattify my face and to also lock in my foundation for the whole day, and I'm using my 55 brush from Sephora to apply that. And now to set my under eye area, I'm going in with a small wedge sponge, and I'm just pressing the Ben Nye banana powder under my eyes, and then I'm just going to let that sit there for a little bit, and then I'm just going to wipe off the excess with this setting brush from Real Techniques, and it's really good to go for the whole day. I tried it and it stayed on forever without creasing. Going back to the eyes, I'm going in with Coco Bear once again, and I'm applying that to my lower lash line, and I'm using my 239 brush from MAC to just apply that. It's kind of like a transition color for the lower lash line to help the other colors blend into that. And now I'm going in with Mocha, and I'm using any angled eyeliner brush that I have, and I mix it in with corruput, and then I'm blending it with my 239 brush again. And now for my mascara, I'm using my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. To contour my face, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D contour palette, and I'm using the middle shade. And to apply that to my face, I'm using the Real Techniques contour brush. I love this brush because you can be precise, but you can also use it for buffing out as well. And the formulation for these powders are really nice, especially when you mess up and you're contouring. You can easily buff it out because they're so easy to blend. For my blush, I'm using Peaches by MAC, and I'm going to apply that with my blush brush from Sigma. And I'm just going to put that on the sides of my cheeks right above that contour like I always say. And I like to kind of squeeze the brush to be a little bit more precise of where I'm applying it. For my lip liner, I'm going to be using Soar from MAC. This is one of my favorite lip liners, especially when I want to kind of tone down my face because I have color on my eyes. I love using this lip liner. And for my lipstick, I'm using Velvet Teddy. This is actually one of my favorite lip combos. For the lip gloss, I am using Ample Pink, my go-to lip gloss. This is it. You guys have probably seen me use it a lot of times in my tutorials. Now to highlight my face, I'm using my Becca Shimmering Highlighter in the shade Opal, and I'm using my F35 brush as always. I always use this brush to highlight. And that's it, you guys. This is my completed look. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to comment down below for what I should enter into the contest, and let me know what you guys think of this look.